Alright guys, it's your boy New Teddiera, and today I'm going to be talking about the same thing that I talked about in my last video, which was the meta. And I have some PMs and people were talking to me saying, talk about Madolches a little bit. So now I'm going to break down this deck a little bit. And everybody knows I can't stand Madolches. Now, the plays that they have are so good. Don't get me wrong, Hoot Cake is broken. Their new support card that's going to be coming out, which is Angeli. Angeli is Lone Fire Blossom in a nutshell for the deck. And what that does for the deck is it lets you take away from having Maxis, Veilers, things like that. You have more food for Hoot Cake. Now, the main combos of the deck is Madeline first turn, more or less, to search out the Hoot Cake, hoping that you could get some things going off, which is like the Maxi or the Veiler, to get food for the Hoot Cake. Now, don't get me wrong, the deck has a lot of stopping power, which the deck runs a whole lot of traps, which I'm saying, like, they run double Mirror Force, Torrential, Compose, all this stuff, triple Fiendish Chain. They don't like effects, so I want them, what they do is stop effects, make sure they get their stuff done. The deck is more control based. So now with the first turn, they summon the Madeline, do what they have to do, search out the Hoot Cake. So right there, all of a sudden, you know that the Hoot Cake is ready to go, more or less. Now they pass turn, set whatever. Now, if the Madeline survives some way, shape, or form, you're hurting. You have to get rid of this Madeline, because if they end up with two monsters on board, it's retarded. Now, they can also open up Mufile, and do combos there. The deck has so many combos. Now, people message me saying, when do you max C? You max C once they make that MX Invoker. Now, hear me out here. Yes, they're going to special summon to make this Invoker. When they make the Invoker, you drop that MST, because they have to go into Tiramisu now. Because if they stay with just that one Invoker on board, with back row, that Invoker most likely is going to die. And it's only 1600 attack. So that's very easy to get over in the meta right now. Okay, so the combo, like I said, let's just say they do the Madeline. Madeline survives because all the set back row. Now they have Ticket, Chateau. They didn't activate Chateau. The Chateau they activate at the last time. Chateau is so broken, it recycles the monsters that are in the grave back into the deck, and you lose you don't lose no advantage. The deck, if they Torrential you, and you have Ticket or Chateau on board, it's a plus for you. Mufile in hand is so good. Now, Messengerado is a warrior, so there's a lot of plays with Messengerado, which is going into Exceeds like Blade Armor Ninja, Excalibur, things like that. Any rank 4s, Dweller, they can make rank 4s so fast. Now, if they make the Tiramisu, the deck wins 9 times out of 10. If they make 2 Tiramisu's, you have to make sure you get rid of the Tiramisu once they're summoned. Now, if they have a second one in their deck, which a lot of people do, they do not usually run 3, because the one Tiramisu will recycle the other Tiramisu. So, plain and simple, the deck doesn't lose, but it draws very bad sometimes. You have to beat them before they get their combos going off. If you don't beat them at that moment, you have to slow play them and just out-resource them with Tiramisu. Okay, so like I said, the main combos is making Tiramisu, but the combos start off with making Invoker. Once Invoker is made, I guarantee you Tiramisu is coming out. So by all means, the MX Invoker is not the problem. It's the Tiramisu. So you solemn warning that thing, you bottomless that thing, you torrential that thing. Make sure when you destroy their monsters, make sure they're Exceeds and not their original monsters like Madeline, Mufile, things like that, because their monsters will not get their effects, which going back into the deck. And then if they have Ticket, they get a plus from that. So like I said, the deck has a lot of pluses. Now, like I said, the way to beat it, wait for the Tiara Masu. Wait for the Exceeds to be made. Wait. Or if you got game, first turn, second turn, do it. Don't worry about their back row. Yes, it's going to be a lot, but you have to put out as much field presence as possible. It's hard for them to make double Tiara Masu, especially if they're only running two Mesa Gelatos. Now, a lot of the decks right now, I'm going to tell you a little quick deck list. Just off the dome from me testing the deck, understanding the deck, how to beat the deck, learning the deck, things like that. So they run 3 Madeline, 3 Mesa Gelato, or 2, depending on the build. If they run MX Invokers at 2, then they're going to put this guy at 3. They're going to put Mesa Gelato at 3. Cat at 2, Mufile at 2, Hoot Cake at 3 or 2, depending on the build, if they like it at 3. And Jelly, I haven't really been testing that as much, but the deck is very good without it right now, but it's just going to make it that much better when Jelly does come out. Now, they run 2 tickets usually. Some builds run 1. Ticket is the fastest MST target in the deck because it's searchable. It is a searchable card. I mean, it's a broken card. You know, it lets you search every turn. And not just your turn, your opponent's turn. Turns, period. So, you know, it has searchability with that. It has searchability with Mesa Gelato. It has searchability with Hoot Cake. So, I'm saying, like, a lot of people say harder the cards, but if you're searching out 60-70% of your deck, it's kind of harder to cards my booty. But like I said, the deck is good. Now they do, like I said, they run a hefty trap lineup. They run lances. The reason they run lances is because they want to make sure the Tiara Masu does come out. Now, like I said, you have to get rid of Tiara Masu. Whichever way, shape, or form, get rid of Tiara Masu and beat this card. You have to beat this card. If you don't, you lose. So this is breaking down decks episode 1, I guess, from after the meta chat, talking about Madolches. So remember, guys, comment, like, subscribe, 10 likes on this video, and the next one will go up. And in the comment section below, tell me what deck you want me to talk about next. And see you.